program is designed to complement the ongoing federal government retraining exercise for 120,000 frontline health workers nationwide. Newsday returns in a moment. Please stay with us.
Cannot hold a man up to a promise he made while he was naked.
In your world, where you're from, surely I would. Only a coward awakens the love of a woman. Sit back.
The Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Committee on National Security and Intelligence, National Assembly Complex, 3-Armed Zone, PMB 141, Garki, Abuja, Nigeria. Invitation to the first biannual training on community security engagement for traditional rulers, local government chairmen, and grassroots critical security stakeholders. The Nigerian Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence has approved a tripartite synergy with the National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN, and Royal Gate International, institutionalizing a biannual training course on community security engagement for traditional rulers, local government chairmen, and grassroots critical security stakeholders. This synergy is a legislative intervention aimed at providing a structural framework that will put in place a trained and equipped security intelligence personnel capable of acting as community first line of defense, COFILOD, in our communities. The training, as was institutionalized, is to be declared open by His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, the President of the Nigerian Senate, on the 17th of June 2025 at 10 a.m. prompt. Venue is the National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN Headquarters, Abuja. Chairman of the occasion, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, National Security Advisor to the President. Keynote address to be delivered by Distinguished Senator Buba Shehu Umar, Chairman, Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence. Overview on community security engagement to be delivered by Mr. Adiola Oluwatosin Ajayi, MON, Director General, DSS. Attendance from states, governors and their security advisors, Right Honorable Speakers, House Committee Chairman on Security, House Committee Chairman on States and Local Government, Honorable Commissioner for Local Governments and Chieftaincy. Attendance from local government councils, all the 774 local government area chairmen, 3 traditional rulers from different zones within the local government area, nominees from the 3 traditional rulers and the local government chairman, making 4 unemployed graduates to attend the training. OC surveillance from Divisional Police Station. Chief Host, Barrister Nyesom Wike, Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Arrival date and completion of registration by all participants is on 16th of June 2025. Signed, Distinguished Senator Buba Shehu Umar, Chairman, Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence.
The 4th Annual Choir Festival of Ashiwaju of Remo Christians is here, and you are cordially invited. The theme for the 2025 edition is With the Voice of Singing. The Choir Festival will feature the winner of the 2024 edition, Emerald Choir, the host choir, Tabernacle Choir, 8 other competing choirs, and 20 observing choirs. Special appearance by King Sunny Ade. Star prize, 5 million naira. Second prize, 3 million naira. Third prize, 2 million naira. The total winning prize for this year's edition is 25 million naira and other consolation prizes for winners in other categories. Date, Sunday 6th July 2025. Time, 11 a.m. prompt. Venue, Abraham Tabernacle, Oba Henry Wale Road, GRA, Shagam, Ogun State. Chief host is Excellency, the Senator Otumba Gbenga Daniel, CON, the Ashiwaju of Remo Christians. The Choir Festival, improving the art of singing in our churches. Media partners, TVC News, Channels TV, Arise TV, BOS Communications, and others.
Mr. Infrastructural Renewal. Our regular trustees and special guests, presiding chair, distinguished guest speaker, first chairman, officers, president, and past of the island law, the elders of the island law, gentlemen of the press, gentlemen of the island law, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of the diplomatic subcommittee, welcome you all to the public lecture. But before I go forward, let me put this public lecture in its context. One of the striking features of our life law is that it's a club that parades the shakers and movers family. During the colonial period, pre-independence, as independence, and up to now, the successful leaders of this great club consultation, reflection, and dialogue. When the capital of the Lagos fell, and even before the colonial, before the parliament, the secret court, and the island club has always been a place where if there are difficulties about taking decisions or moving a day, they come to the island club and over a bottle of beer or drinks, they will come to a consultation and go back to the parliament to take decisions. That was the height of the importance, the import of this social club, along with others around here. So the successive leaders over the years have reflected on this to say, alongside with the dining and the wining and the dancing, there's always room also for reflection. In all the corners and the groups that we have in the club, we either four or the diamonds or the central tables, or even the new jerseys, the gravitas. And if you look at the platform, it's always talked of vibrance. We talk about many things going on in our country, and also talking about how to move our country forward. So in business, in commerce, in industry, in judiciary, in advertising, we have all the gurus that have gone through this and continue to play that important role. It's along these lines that over the years, a diplomatic group was established. And we have had over the years eminent Nigerians that are like like on the wedding, and we are also invited by the Trial Commissioner, embassies, come and give a because there are people with you. So it's along these lines that infrastructure renewal reactivated diplomacy. It said peace abroad. In the middle. And what are the protocols? And we had a very good outing and a lot of ideas came. This is our second outing. He did say that who is going to be the speaker? We look at the similarities between our chairman, Mr. Infrastructure Renewal, that has done quite a lot of things in terms of the regional of the club. In terms of no other person but the man of the moment, the dynamic Director General of the Institute, Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, who also can be referred Mr. Infrastructure Renewal. We need to take a visit to the Institute of International Affairs and see what Professor Egosa is doing. Not only is it fostering partnership with government, the military, the private sector, and even also promoting the soft power. Ambassador Sheikh Odebami has a place in the Institute of International. And at the appropriate time, we will hear from him to talk about the most topical issues, both nationally and internationally. Mr. Trump, what it means for Africa and what it means for Nigeria. I will not hesitate to also tell you that as part of the interest that is shown in the subject, we will have a Mr. Trump in the island of Lawal, who unfortunately is in Britain now. Mr. Lawal could engage you for 24 hours on Trump. For him, Trump never does any wrong. When I called him in the United States a few days ago, I said, oh, unfortunately, he's in California, I moved to the president. So that shows the amount of currency that goes on in the airline club. It's part of the outward manifestations of dancing, drinking, and whining that happens here. I must also let you know that we have various branches. We have the upper chamber, we have the Congress, we have the Diamond Group, and we have the Gravitas. But having said that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have also talked about who do we have as the chairman for this occasion. We looked around and we said we're looking for a statesman, an elder speaker, a quintessential public figure, and the church falls on no other than our chairman for today. And I must say that even though he's my boss, my mentor, my role model, immediately I called him spontaneously and said, Sheikh will be there. And he also spoke. But who is this man? A gallant soldier, an impeccable man, a Lagosian par excellence, a Lagos boy. Born of an Igbo father and a Fulani Hasina of the royal dynasty, married to a lady of substance who also has the Ogun and Bayelsa connections. So you are seeing a Nigeria personified. And that is where is an epitome of Nigeria's cultural unity and diversity. Ikechukwu, Umar, Sonda, Wachuku. In and out of uniform, it was fantastic, quintessential. He rose to the rank of the first of the general officer commanding the first division, used the first division. During that period also, at the time, he was governor of Imo State. I don't know how many of you remember at that time, the Imo rights. That was the architect of the Imo rights. And the Imo rights was the thing in town at that time. That shows that whatever is given, whatever position he has, he excels himself. He was also the minister for labor and productivity. And it was during this time that he created the Nigerian Directorate of Employment, NDE, that employed a lot of people. That is the right for you. It's also an MNI, and I'm happy that there are a lot of MNIs that are here seated. The MNI, otherwise, people call us the Mafia Nigeria Incorporated. These are the alumni association of the old students of Peru. He was one of the pioneer students there. But more importantly, a seasoned diplomat. He was twice Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs. And that was the place that General Washiku also made a lot of marks. And by sheer coincidence, I was the arrow edge of his idea in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, economic diplomacy, as one of the products of the structural adjustment program. He came out with this idea that we need to use the diplomatic establishment to attract foreign investment and promote Nigerian knowledge exports. I happen to be the director of a restructured International Economic Cooperation Directorate, the Trade and Investment Department that I had the opportunity to nurture and also to manage when I was the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We did quite a lot of things here during that period. Each time that Wagila is going with a trade visit, we mobilize the private sector for the trade and investment department and really made a mark. Washiku really got the led the foreign ministry. He also became the senator of the Republic of Nigeria. And So this is a band that has seen it all. It's a Nigerian personified, it's a quintessential public servant, a seasoned diplomat, and please join me in welcoming Major General Umar. Oh, really good. Very welcome, sir. It's my pleasure to be our chair for today. Thank you.
I will stand on the existing protocol. First, I must commend the founders of Ireland Club, the oldest Nigerian indigenous club. It was clearly a pitching answer to the colonial powers at the time who had their own exclusive club, to which Nigerians already were what the veto, the Yoruba club, yet another answer to the Lagos one tennis club at that time. I believe that the spirit and the pride expressed by our leaders there in establishing their own recreational space to inform our own appropriate answers to the unfolding circumstances of the new international relations order that President Donald Trump of the United States of America is waking the world up. In my time, as Nigeria's foreign minister, we introduced economic reforms aimed at making the Nigerian economy robust and highly developed, and its people strongly being players in Africa and world trade, respectively. In close collaboration with our private sector, we established at that time a Nigeria Incorporated to create a highly industrialized, scientific and economic powerhouse ready to contribute to technology, world trade, and human capital development. Had we continued along this path, our country today would have been in an excellent position to benefit from whatever policy changes that powerful countries and conglomerates make, rather, unfortunately, than panicking and therefore not using what we have to deal with the emerging challenges to our benefit. I personally thank President Donald Trump I'm not his apologist, but I personally thank him for jolting us from our slumber. This new posture in international relations should be seen as a spur, not a setback. For us, this moment should be about seizing the opportunity presented to turn a legacy of external dependence into an era of self-driven growth. But how long would we as a people be dependent on handouts time and again government after government, speakers after speakers, have told us that it was time that we as Nigerians took our own fate in our own hands. We have the capacity, we have the enablement, we have the drive. What in the name of goodness is not funny when somebody says America first or Britain first? Why not Nigeria first? And that's why I support totally President Tinubu's present pronunciation. It should be Nigeria first. Consequently, we must be prepared to confront our challenges head on and innovate solutions internally. We must therefore make relevant policies for our own development. To that extent, like I said earlier, I support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Nigeria First policy. I strongly advise that this and all the policies that they will make be strictly and successfully implemented, because making our country and Nigerians less dependent on foreign powers or foreign interest groups. It's a challenge for us, and I know we are able to take on those challenges. We must stop being lazy. We must walk our talk, for God's sake. I am absolutely tired of being your prime minister before, going around the world, telling the world how great this country is. I come around today and see our country almost prostrate. That's not the Nigeria that I grew up with. No, that's not the Nigeria we want to bequeath to our children. We must therefore correct the mistakes of the past, gather our thoughts, gather our energies, innovate, use our resources, and develop and join the rest of the world on equal terms. We must not be inferior to anybody. We just must not do that. We must not be beggars. We must therefore work to be partners and not appendages, and work to achieve complementarity in our relations with the world. I must now allow our lecturer, everyday lecturer, Professor Ehosa Osai, Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, to address us. Meanwhile, the Chairman